John Darcy here. I think I'm in day 10 now, and progress has been unbelievable. There's just no pain, which is incredible. And again, after 4.5 years of going down a slippery slope, to be going in the other direction every day is amazing. You wake up every morning and you think, oh, what's today going to bring? It's an incredible feeling. So obviously still using canes around the house. I'm doing a bit of walking without them just because short distances it just seems slightly more productive. Walking 3 kilometers pretty easily outside already, again within the bounds of what their prescribed efforts should be, which is part of what I want to do, not break the rules. So yeah, just doing some local walks outside. The stay at the hospital was amazing, but really, really nice to get home to the family. And I thought maybe I'd spend half the day in bed and be a bit of a burden on my wife, which is the last thing I wanted to be. But surprisingly, pretty much been up and about all day, and again tried to stay within that limit of that pain score of 3 out of 10, and hasn't been a problem. I haven't been taking any painkillers apart from I have Celebrex in the evening and an aspirin, for blood thinning, and obviously a bit of pain relief. Swelling has gone down heaps. I actually lost 1.5 kilos in 2 days, and that certainly wasn't from going for a run or doing anything that you shouldn't be doing. It was just the fact that my arse started to come back to a normal size. And if you look at the videos that I'll share in this clip, you can see that my left arse cheek is still quite a bubble, which is a bit of fun. Really chuffed with the progress. I guess some surprise things for me. The lack of soreness around the joint is again incredible. No pain, it's absolutely amazing. The incision, which is about 6 or 7 inches long, no pain. Changed the dressing a few times. After 3 weeks, hopefully no dressing, which would be great because I'll be able to go and stand in the ocean and walk in the ocean. But the surprising thing for me is, I guess, the numbness is slowly going, but the amount of tenderness in the quad, which is the front of the leg, and my operation was posterior, so to have pain in the front of the leg was a surprise, but it was so tender for the first week, and over the last couple of days that pain has subsided. So I did a bit of research, got on Surface Hippie and had a look around and found a couple of people that had said the same thing, and that pain slowly goes away over about 2 weeks, and that's the same with mine. It's slowly gone away, or going away. It's just sort of sore now. I think I went from about 60 degrees to the 90 degree limit the first week, and now at day 10 I'm at about probably 75, 80 degrees. I came into this super fit, super strong, but the lack of movement around the hip for especially the last year, but over the last 4.5 years, I think those finer muscles around the hip that would normally, pull the hip into a certain position, they're not, well, maybe not atrophy, but they're very weak. So I think for me personally, that's going to be a slow road, and I think you need to take that into account. And again, a huge suggestion to anyone that's heading into an operation like this is do the rehab before the operation. Do a full program of rehab before the operation, so if you can, to prepare yourself for the post-operative rehabilitation program. I was reading before that Andy Murray, the tennis player who's just got into the final of Queens and is obviously heading back for a singles career now, which is exciting. I think day 1, he got straight into the pool and was doing some basic movement in the pool. So he was, from that very immediate post-op opportunity, was straight into his rehabilitation. Now, it's not for everyone. Doesn't necessarily, I don't know, does it make a difference? Probably lying down for a couple of days and just letting things slowly come back together, probably not a bad thing. Certainly wasn't for me. Extremely enjoyable, the process of recovery. It's not like, oh, this is hard, it's so enjoyable. So yeah, that's one thing. I guess that's another insight, is it's enjoyable. So don't be scared of the rehab, or oh no, I'm not going to be able to do anything. It's not like that at all. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I think so. Yeah, day 10, I think. And as you can see, walking pretty well without a cane, but only, you know, in the safe environment. Walking up and down stairs is easy. You know, lifting the leg up again, those finer muscles around the hip joint I think they're a bit weak, so it doesn't feel like the movement's limited, but the strength in getting the leg into a 90-degree position for me is difficult. I mean, given that, you know, for the last 2 years specifically, reaching my foot's been impossible. I've had to dive down and bend my back and reach out to get to my foot to actually, you know, put a sock on. And you know, I've been using a shoehorn for a long time and wearing shoes that don't require laces. So yeah, insights are the quad pain was crazy. The amount of bruising on the leg, I guess, from where they manipulate to make sure the device isn't going to be able to become unhinged or become dislocated. You know, there's lots of bruising in weird spots on my leg, but yeah, that's all coming out. The peeling of the skin after the disinfectant or whatever they use on your leg, so my legs sort of peeled, have actually lost weight. And I can only assume, I mean, I've ate really well at the hospital, and we, you know, my wife, if you see on Instagram, Mrs. Darcy, she is an incredible cook, so she's been making extremely healthy food and ate really well at the hospital. So I've actually lost weight, but I assume that's just eating well and probably muscle loss in the legs, specifically from the lack of loading and a lot of lying down. So yeah, I'll check back in a couple of days. Definitely playing by the rules. Definitely don't want to cause myself an injury by overdoing it, but I cannot reinforce enough how exciting it is to be in a position of recovery every day with incremental improvements. It's amazing. So nice one. Cool. Catch you.